Kim Kardashian's business is worth $4 billion, and it made a ridiculous $750 million in 2023. It's called Skims, and they sell shapewear for every body type. It's easily one of the fastest growing brands ever. So how is Kim Kardashian doing it? I'm going to talk about that today, and I promise it's not as simple as it looks. That's coming up in just a second. Before we get to it, if you're new here, my name's John Davids. I've helped my clients make over $200 million working with my growth agencies. You can learn more at Influicity.com or head over to my website at johndavids.com. While you're there, get on the email list, follow me across social, and if you enjoy this podcast, make sure to like, subscribe, leave a rating, leave a review. Of course, on YouTube, leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys. Let's get to the show. So today we're talking Skims. This is Kim Kardashian's brand, $4 billion valuation, and this thing is making a lot of money. Now, I want to get a few things out of the way right off the top, not wasting any time. Let's rule out a few things. This brand has done extremely well, and it's not because Kim Kardashian has 364 million followers on Instagram. It's not because she has a reality show. It's not because she's a tabloid fixture. Those are definitely influences in why this thing is doing so well, but it would be super simplistic to say that's the reason. Definitely, that's a spark. That's why you get something like this off the ground. But you do not build a $750 million revenue company on one celebrity. That would be nuts. So, let's go more deep into this. People love to serve up simple answers, and you know what? It's just too obvious. It's tier one thinking. And also, on the negative side, it really sets a false expectation. Every single influencer out there who's got 100,000 followers on YouTube or 1 million followers or 5 million followers thinking they can launch a brand like this and they're going to do as well as Kim Kardashian or anywhere close, it is misleading. That's not how this stuff happens. So to be clear, I want to admit, Kim could launch any product, slap her name on it, and probably make 20 million in sales, maybe 30 million in sales. Hell, I'll even say 50 million in sales based on that coveted Kardashian name. But $750 million in revenue? How is she doing this? What is happening here? This isn't a D2C side hustle by some celebrity. And you know what? If that were the case, I could show you a graveyard of other celebrities who have tried to do this kind of thing and it doesn't work. Tyra Banks has a product. Blake Lively has a product. Lots of celebrities have products and they are not runaway successes. So I want to get more deep into this right now. I'm going to cover 3 things today that Skims is doing really well, and this kind of dovetails with my book. So I've got my book coming out later this year. I'm going to talk to you guys about that very, very soon. But one thing I talk about in the book is the movement formula. How you create a movement. And there are 3 ingredients in the formula. The first one is a unifying belief. You need to rally people behind a core belief. The second one is faith. You need to gin up faith in your belief in order to create that movement. And the third piece is action. You need people to be able to take action. And it doesn't matter what movement you're talking about throughout history, whether you're talking about Bitcoin or a brand like Apple or a religion like Christianity. Every single movement follows the exact same pattern: unifying belief, faith, action. And the formula works like this: unifying belief multiplied by faith equals action. And you've got to make sure you multiply the unifying belief by faith. It's not addition. You don't say, have a belief and I'll throw some faith into there, because how much faith you have in the belief is a direct correlation to how successful you're going to be. All right, stick with me here. I'm going to use Skims as an example, and you're going to see why Kim's brand is doing so ridiculously well. What is the core belief, the unifying belief of Skims? Fashion should adapt to your body type, not the other way around. We should not live in a world where people need to adjust their bodies and adjust their diets to fit into clothing. Clothing should fit into you. Clothing should fit your body. This is a belief a lot of people can get behind. And maybe this wasn't the belief 10, 20, 30, 50 years ago, but today that's definitely where people's minds are at. It's about the individual. And so Skims comes along and develops a core belief that works perfectly in sync with where society is. That is so important because people make the wrong impression that you can have a brand and have a belief set that goes against society. No, no, no. That's not what a movement is about. A movement comes into play when you can go along with what everybody else is already thinking. When you can show up and say, hey guys, I know you're all thinking this. I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to have something, a solution that fits into what you're already thinking. We're not trying to change minds. We're trying to capture minds. Skims prioritizes diversity, inclusivity, and comfort for all. Millions of people can rally behind this belief, and they do. Unifying belief, check. Let's move on to step 2, faith. How do you create faith in a belief? How do you take a movement and make people have faith in it? Well, the whole idea of faith, obviously we think about in religion, and faith is belief in something without hard evidence. I believe in something even without total proof in that thing. So what kind of things do brands do? What do brands do to create faith? Well, I'll give you a few examples. Testimonials. Skims has over 100,000 5-star testimonials, and they brag about it on their website. Because if I'm not sure about something, if I'm on the fence, but there are 100,000 other people who have already made up their minds and they believe in this thing, that is a major faith driver. Influencers. In 2023, 29,400 influencers gave a shout out to Skims on social. 29,400. That is a huge number. Think about how much faith that creates when you have thousands of influencers talking about your brand. Skims itself has 7 million followers on social media. A lot of people giving it social credibility. When you check out a brand on social and they've got 15 followers and they've posted twice and they have a total of 6 likes, I don't have so much faith in that. But when you go to an Instagram channel, you got 7 million followers. Wow, that is serious faith. Hundreds of glowing media reviews. If you search Skims and you actually just say, what's the review from the New York Times? What's the review from USA Today? What's the review from Glamour? What's the review from Vogue? Unbiased reviews, these media outlets are giving it hundreds of glowing media reviews. So let's recap here. 100,000 plus 5-star customer testimonials, 29,400 influencer mentions on social media in 2023, 7 million followers on Skims Instagram channel. I should say 7 million followers across all their social channels. Hundreds of glowing media reviews. That's what you do to create faith. These are major faith drivers. So if I have any doubt in Skims, I now have faith in the brand. Let's go back for a second. The unifying belief, fashion should adapt to your body type, not the other way around. Prioritize diversity, inclusivity, and comfort for all. Plus, we have all these faith drivers, even the Reddit crowd, guys, even Reddit. And Reddit can be nasty. Ugh. Reddit can be really nasty. Even Reddit loves Skims. And then step 3, action. What does Skims do? They super serve the customer. Kim and crew make great shapewear. Simple as that. And that's the real cornerstone of this whole thing. No amount of belief and faith can make up for a product that sucks. Now, what's their go-to market strategy? Here's where Kim Kardashian is really, really important. In the go-to market, that's what happens when a brand is launching right into the marketplace. What do? They have Kim Kardashian. And that's another thing I talk about in the book, the idea, the concept of the main character. Great brands, especially today in 2024, great brands need main characters. Nobody wants to follow a cup of coffee on social media. No one wants to follow a French fry on social media. We want to follow the barista. We want to follow the chef. We want to follow the restaurant. We want to follow the staff. We want to follow the community. It's about people. And that's why every great brand needs a main character. Kim Kardashian is a fantastic main character because not only is she relatable, not only is she aspirational to the core customer, but she's a celebrity. The celebrity is just the cherry on top. Even if Kim weren't a celebrity, let's just say she was a moderately successful influencer, she would still be fantastic because she's believable. People that want to wear shapewear can look at Kim Kardashian and say, yeah, someone like that wears shapewear, I want to wear shapewear. So she's believable as the main character. Little side note here, the importance of the main character. I want you to think for a second. Think about your favorite rock band or your favorite sports team or your favorite Netflix show or your favorite movie. What is the first thing you think about when you think of any of those things? I bet you're thinking about a person and not an inanimate object. When I say think of your favorite movie, you're probably thinking of an actor in that movie. When I say think of your favorite sports team, you're probably thinking about an athlete on that sports team. When I say think about your favorite rock band, you're probably thinking about the lead singer. People follow people. We all want to follow people. Skims would not be as successful, period, if it weren't for a main character. And lucky for them, that main character is Kim Kardashian. And then, with all these things I talk about, with the belief, with the faith, with the action, with the phenomenal product, they built a powerhouse. Influencers are critical. I'm the influencer marketing guy. I've been doing it for 10 years. Worked with 20,000 influencers over at Influicity. But I want to be clear about something. I want to be crystal clear. Influencers alone will not carry a brand. Definitely not one influencer. You ain't building a $4 billion apparel brand on one influencer. That doesn't happen. You need all these things to make it possible. Even if her name ends in Kardashian, it's not happening. I love the story of Skims because it shows you how important all of these things are in building a true modern brand. There's no question that if we look out 2, 3, 5, 10 years, this is what brands are going to look like. They're probably going to be launched by influencers or have influencers as a centerpiece because of the main character piece, not because you can't spend $1 billion on advertising. If you raise $1 billion, spend it on advertising, you'll reach just as many people as Skims. But you have to have all the other things. You got to have the belief, you got to have the faith, testimonials, media mentions, social media, shout outs, and a fantastic product. It takes all those things to build a great brand. Again, I've been thinking about this nonstop because I got the book coming out soon and I've got my course coming out soon and all this stuff is on my mind, and Skims just, wow, it just blew me away. When I dug into this story, I just fell in love with it. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know on YouTube. Let me know in the comments. You can DM me, of course, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. I want to know what you guys think about Skims, and I want to know what you guys think about modern branding. Do you think this is how brands should be built? Do you think Skims is a fluke? Let me know. You can get me always at johndavids.com. While you're there, get on the newsletter. I'm sending out emails twice a week, the best stuff. And of course, follow me across social. I'll talk to you guys next time.